Yeah, so yeah, the world. I don't know anymore. Like I have nothing against people that are alternative or different, but I keep seeing things just turning really bad. Socially speaking, it's divided. Like I thought that things would actually happen. As long as I aged and there would actually come opportunities as I age. But no, you get ghosted once, it's just over. And the weird thing I realize is that keep seeing, like, how women have it so easy when it comes to ghosting people and like the ghosting. Even guys do it now, but like in general, like the easy the easiness of just like ghosting somebody now, like in a heartbeat. Like they are the ones that have thoughts the millisecond you meet them. Like they have like they know, and they have like they think very negatively of you. Like this millisecond they see you, it's just a vibe. The instantaneous second you go there. When you open your mouth, they know exactly what type of person you are. So you're like they're impossible to make new friends with jobs and stuff. They want to be like they want to find an easier way. Even in education now, it doesn't it doesn't just help ghosting somebody and letting them live half a year later. They want them completely removed. Like I hate people who treat HR as their personal block button. In IRL, so they can just like get these like sub fives to just like disappear from the school. I've seen that happen to people. It doesn't really like. I feel like school is just like what do you have to do now to like have school? Because like it doesn't really do anything if you're just like trying to wait and take your education. You're not trying to create a fuss. Like I've been there. I tried to just like stay out of it. But if you try to like completely isolate yourself from the social landscape, like the millisecond you're like people will try to force you to talk, but it's even weirder when you're uglier, because they literally want you to not stay silent. But if you're not silent, like they just want control, they want control and guarantee that you won't be you know outspoken or being your actual self, because that's it just feels like you're not allowed to have a personality anymore. And like the whole alternative culture and all this stuff, we've had like 3 generations of it, and now everyone's like sort of closing in. You're not allowed to be outspoken. You're no longer allowed to be sensitive to the media or tell people about what actually happens to your personal life. Nobody's like, everyone's super private now. Don't talk about your feelings. Stay shut. And then fucking like then like get into a car accident. I don't know. Like you just get like people are so stupid nowadays. Like you just shut your emotions in. There's never going to be a chance for you to actually say or have like an outlet anymore. And like these people that are like in the alternative, like they're all like the same shoegaze, slowcore, gritty. Like it's the same shit, And I'm not really like into that sort of stuff. I don't understand how that can be like so cool, and that is the next big shit. I'm the next big shit. Like Christ. I think that's just because nowadays there is just a very little like high in demand for alternative groups. Where I lived, the sort of boomers won. The alternative groups never really got anywhere. There were like 2 artists and maybe 3 bands if you were lucky in your entire country, maybe. But like those, like as soon as the whole like movement died, like the same country and the same, rock, like the same people, just like they are the same groups, the same people. It only really went down in the like English world where like this sort of stuff happened. Like it's the same, Rammstein. It's the same fucking thing, and it just sucks. You really want, like, why can't you do it yourself? Because you're a fucking poser, or like they think you have mental problems. Like, the weird like they want the like social benefits and like the freedom and like the whole like freedom feeling of being like an artist, but they want to have that socially conservative, very like extremely like I don't know what's it called at kraut, I don't know, like that when you're like super strict, and like traditional still, like they want like to be overly traditional and conservative socially, but they want to have like that weird liberal like Portland, feeling. It just makes zero fucking sense in my opinion. I don't understand why people are like this, and I probably never will. Like, I've never been invited to these sort of groups. I'll never fucking will in my lifetime. I know that. Like, there is just no high in demand. So the problem is that if there's not like the high in demand sort of stuff, this stuff doesn't happen organically anymore. It's all synthetic. It's all just put there by the official government, or like like they pay themselves to get in sometimes. These bands just like literally will just like pull in a wheelbarrow of cash and here's our band, make us, like it just doesn't feel like it. Like, how did they genuinely get in there? And that like it's a little bit of connections here and there, but it's literally just trying to brute force their way in. And like keeping a positive attitude is not dumb. Like, I think you need to be positive, but we know this sort of like 2010s optimism, like the early, like that, like everything has gone gradually worse since 2020, and I know it has. Like we can't lie to ourselves that the world is even like remotely close as it was back in 2020, because like things were good in 2020, but every single year it just kept getting bloodier, gritty worse. Like the grain, and the gain just cranked up every single year. And the stress got worse. Like everyone keeps like pushing these academic, like everyone just keeps going to school, being very square. Nobody really wants to test their limits or chase their dreams, because they know dreams don't really make money in the end of the day. That's my main slogan at this point. It's just like a hobby. You can literally play in a stadium full of like 5,000 people, and you'll still like not get anywhere close. Like where are the people? Like we played for so many people, but like nobody knows who we are. And that's the sort of weird feeling nowadays. And you keep seeing like the optimism was unmatched. But it's kind of weird to see these people develop and age, because like almost none of these people are still in the same relationship at all. Like, I'm actually impressed if these people are still together and are not in some sort of weird, poly whatever, like that stupid relationship thing instead of breaking up. But like most people broke up, and it's just this weird thing, this weird hybrid thing where like nothing really worked out, and we're just like stuck in what we really like can manage, not really what we're like destined for, and I don't really know. I don't want to even go, the problem is that if I keep drinking like this weird millennial hipster, like it's not even really hipster anymore. Hipsters died out like in early 2014. I mean, like the millennial drinking culture. I would say Zillennial, millennial, like they will drink for anything. Like they'll toast for like 30 views on Spotify. I don't know, but like like the weird thing is like they have to drink, you know, like every single, like even in a work day they have to drink, you know, and like I don't know, like their IPAs they have to drink every single beer. Like it's somehow weird. Like I thought, like there was this weird movement, like this weird pocket back in 2018, like we're not gonna drink, we're the next generation, we're gonna make a dent in this history, and like they realized that, you know, nothing they said or did really mattered, you know. And then they realized they could just like still like degrade themselves, like, and nothing really would happen, you know, like there's no consequences to this, or as long as they're like socially successful and socially like dominant, like they can do almost anything. And that's the sort of problem you get with these sorts of groups. Like, because I've seen these groups where like they're genuinely the most rudest, like when you're all blind, like how do these people get like are okay with this sort of stuff? You know, like how did this originally, you know, got like morphed and mutate into this like weird, you know, like role play, kink play, like what the fuck, you know. Like Gen Zers stopped drinking. Like this is like the whole new thing. Like Gen Zers aren't really drinking. Like they're like it's basically like, I don't know, like the statistics. You can just see the dip, like the insane dip. Like it's 3/3 or what would be millennials, but like it's Gen Zers are just not drinking, and or drinking as regularly as, you know, other cultures and generations, I think. And you know, I drank only once in my entire life, you know, and like I don't really know, because I feel like there I won't come anything out of it. The fucking problem is money. The like the whole bear thing. Like beer's super expensive, and like alcohol too. Like I don't like to even like share. I do buy like beer and like wine and like alcohol, like and stuff for other people that are older than me, but I don't, you know, don't even try. I buy snuffs, I buy fucking cigarettes, I just do that, but I don't even smoke a single one. I don't even bother, you know. I just see it as like, you know, it's just not worth it, you know, because you'll start using it as a coping mechanism, and it's like, you know, and I don't know, like even if you didn't drink at all, like the thing is like the social landscape wouldn't change whatsoever. You would still be like alone and miserable, you know. It's just the whole social landscape doesn't really work. You know, like it's just like the weird thing is that gyms don't really work. It's only for like keeping and managing your health. In general, it's not really, like people keep lying. Like go to the gym, you'll get, you know, you'll get dates, you'll get friends, you'll manage social connect. Like that stuff doesn't really work anymore. Like gyms back in the day, like really like OG. You know, back in like long ago, like yeah, it was a social club, but now it's just like a literal. It's expected to people just to show up there, but like nobody like talks to each other. They just keep like doing their daily goals and like challenges, and it's just like yeah, reps. You know, I did 500,000 reps today, and that's cool. You know, and that's it. You know, it's just. You know, like it's like a destined place where you can cite people that you already know, but like I just view it as a social club, or it's either that or it's just to keep, you know, because you can genuinely just buy like one of those cardio mats and do like sit-ups, push-ups. You can just do reps there, and you can buy one of those like dumbbells, and you can buy like, you know, one of those large dumbbell rods, and you can just do that, you know. Those just do it. Those are just way easier. I don't understand why people are, you know, doing it, you know. Like you could just do it at home, and it's just a social club, you know. and like I lost more weight than I ever did going, ever being alone at home. I didn't do any like gym. I generally got more weight, and then I lost like 70, 60 pounds. Now going to the gym, I like losing weight. I like being skinnier, and fit, and I was just like I felt great, I haven't felt like this good in a long time, and I didn't even like do that much cardio. I just like started walking. I stopped playing video games. I yeah, I just fell into this weird depression, for a bit, and it sucks, it's like, like where do you go from here, and like it's weird when you see like people that keep snapping in your same age brackets, like when you're like early 20s. Like I can't believe I'm on 21 right now. Like it's crazy, because I would just keep seeing these people who are 21. They were all bloated as fucking Christ, and like you can clearly see they didn't really pursue any of their dreams, and like it's their same face, but they all like got bloated and stuff, and like they have been into like at least two depressions since like just last saw him, because you can just see it on their face, it just looks beat up, and it's just crazy, because you like I don't understand that I'm in the same age bracket, and I do skincare. I shower every day. I wear cologne. I wear deodorant. I change clothes every fucking day. Nothing fucking matters. I brush my teeth every day. Nobody gives a single fuck. It's just expected, and like it's just like it's genuinely over. When you are like connectionless, you'll like fall into this pit of depression, and you'll do exactly all opposite of that. You just wear the same clothes for like a week straight. You'll not like shower like unless it's like every third day, to just save up on water, and just like nobody really gives a shit anyways. And you just start losing yourself, and like I've been there too, and it's just expected at this point, like people think that it's just like you can just like be completely alone for like months on end, because I like that's my mentality. I've been alone for months on end, and nothing really happened, and like I don't really see that they're losers and winners in lives, because like everyone keeps cheating anyways. But it's just crazy, you just get to that bombshell of the optimism that was the 2018, 2016, the sort of edgy culture. It wasn't like the weird thing is that like what would be popular in like the 90s wouldn't be allowed today, it wouldn't be allowed to be, and unless it's genuinely insanely safe, you won't go anywhere, you won't go pro, you won't go like live anywhere. Like I've kept playing guitar for like the longest, like early 2021, with my classical bullshit instrument, and I bought some electric guitars a couple of years afterwards, and bass is like nobody wanted to hire me, nobody wanted to look at me even like at all, and my hearing is fucked. I try to overprotect myself, but It's always the, idiots who play you with, and, you still wear, like, those stupid mufflers, but they play so insanely loud. It's just one slip up, without wearing your fucking protection, and just a boom, 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 and then your cheeks go cold, and that's pretty much over, and, like, I had, it's just been fucking stupid. Like, driving now has been annoying, because you don't know where traffic is coming from, you just have to rely on your eyesight. I have to wear glasses now, and, like, I don't even want to wear glasses, but, everyone starts wearing glasses now. Like, that's one thing I've been noticing, like, is everybody's wearing glasses now. Like, absolutely everybody. And that has to do something with the screen time and stuff, but, like, I think it's just, like, dude, like, I've not, like, almost, there's just more people with glasses that don't have glasses. And the amount of people that has prescriptions but just doesn't use them because they know they'll look shopped, that must be even more. Like, almost everybody's wearing glasses now, I think. I still have a full head of hair. I'm 21. I'm thinking about growing it long. And, like, I'm at that point, like, it doesn't even matter if I shave or not. Nobody's gonna approach me. I've been, like, lonely ever since, like, November. Even then, like, I haven't had a single visit since, like, early 2023. Not a single visit since 2023. Not a single invitation since, like, New Year's 2022. Haven't had a single, like, Discord voice chat bullshit since, like, maybe 2023. And, it's crazy, And, it's just like, you can go, like, I've been, like, alone ever since I was, like, 17, and most people would lose their fucking minds, like, I guess so, I got my own car license, I keep driving, I'm not really, I don't really care that much, I don't live in, like, the city or, like, in, like, any metropolitan area, so I'm really safe, honestly, because if you live in the city, if you're doing, like, wrong move, like, the cops will be everywhere, and, like, you have to be punished for it. And usually everything goes under the book here, but like, parking, nobody really gives a shit. Like, the places where they're not really that, where you don't get tickets, are usually the most, warmest and safest. Like, nobody really gives a fuck about parking. As soon as they, you see parking meters and, parking, apps and stuff, just fucking, then your place has been, like, completely made into, like, a modern, like, it's completely going to be unrecognizable in the future. Because I keep, like, driving, as soon as I, drive into the capital, I just see, like, the surrounding places are being gouged by these, like, Gen X, millennial, Zillennial groups. Like, they're just hibernating in these, like, small areas, These places that used to be, like, back in the old towns, just, like, plain valleys and small town houses, Everyone's just, like, living there now. And nobody's talking to each other, Like, it's just this weird, like, everyone can live in, like, a area, but, like, you don't recognize anybody, and nobody wants to talk to each other. Nobody wants to make any small talk. Nobody wants to approach anybody. It's just, like, actually crazy how little, like, social activity goes on in these areas. And they claim to move there because it's more social, it's more outgoing, it's more hip, it's more trendy. And, dude, like, you don't even see people visiting each other. and then they all move to the capital, or they all move to like a big metropolitan area, and then they just don't show up, you know, because like they usually move to these like small places to like hang out with their families and whatever, you know, and you know, like you just don't see it anymore. You know, you don't see people hanging out, you know. I was at Scotland back in 2024, I think, like February, and I liked it there. It was kind of cool. People were like more down to earth. There was like a little bit of weird things, but like it was completely like globalized and like metropolitan. Like you couldn't get that authentic, you know. Like you probably have to drive it up to Aberdeen just to get that sort of feeling now. But you know, like that weird like 2000s feeling where like things go under the book, you know, like people are miserable. Like that doesn't happen anymore. It's just been like Americanized, you know. The whole place just looks like it's been like a tourist destination. It doesn't look like, it looks like they have like pressure washed every building, and everything looks like just like a Minecraft, like a blown off Minecraft server, but people were like, some dudes rebuild it and, you know, like just live there now. It just looks weird, you know. But I liked the food. Well, it was actually, you know, sometimes it was just really fatty. It was really gray, and but like the vibe was just like you don't get that sort of weird vibe where I grew up from. Like it's genuinely very quiet. You could feel the pressure, you know. You could feel the like that feeling if you messed up that summer, you will never get it back. You know that stress. You know, because like every year was just ever changing. You know, you could just feel that weird pressure. Not even joking. Where I come from, like almost every building, every place looks the same. Maybe it changes every 6, 7, 8 years. But yeah. But I've never really had like that weird pressure fitting in. I always was like an outcast, even though like in my early teens I was just like always an outcast. Then I got like that. I don't know what's going being a med cell. Like I got like being like an found out I was an Aspie. You know, socially like it was no big deal. But like people were just like pushing me to get that fucking thing done, and you know, I feel like it wasn't really like, I don't know, like it's just like felt like, yeah, I should have done it years ago, because like I've gotten in so much trouble and like in so much fucking problems, and I had a single drop alcohol, no drugs, none of that bullshit. And you can have these like alternative, you know, women or like guy type, you know, like the shad drug abuser, like they get in constant trouble. Nobody gives a shit, you know. Like they will have like a comfy talk, like going to rehab, like that weird thing, you know. Like they're too handsome to get into trouble, you know. But like I get in trouble for like I am completely sober, but mentally like wait, am I retarded? You know, it's like, what the fuck, you know? Um, you know, it's like it doesn't matter if you grow out your hair. It doesn't matter if you shave or not. It doesn't matter if you don't drink. It doesn't matter if you don't go to the gym. It doesn't matter. What car? Yeah, a car is actually really like. I thought when I would get a car, I would actually like get people to actually ask if I could drive them anywhere. I've actually like gone on my stories and on Insta like I'm driving today or on Facebook. Like nobody wants to talk to me, and like local shad, you know HTN like yeah I'm driving today, and like you get 15 replies. What the fuck, like do people think I'm like Jesus Christ. Like, the only thing you can do is really work on yourself, like or like work on your property. Honestly, you think you're so bored at gardening and gardening, mowing the lawn, um, dude, what the fuck, pressure washing your car, cleaning out the house, cleaning out the property is literally fun, because it's your life is that sort of boring. It's like like time isn't really an issue. But yeah, there's this new place applied to. I got into it, so I think about because I already am down at the air level. I think about growing out my hair or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, honestly. It's like I had one situationship in my life, and it's like, holy crap, I should be just ashamed, honestly. My dad has had like at least 15 girlfriends, and at the same age, and I'm just like what the fuck, there's like literally that sort of opportunity will never come today, in this today's world where you're lucky if you get even one relationship, you're lucky to have like one person hug you to the end of the time, times, I guess. Because, holy crap, where the fuck are people? And, there is no longer any, room for play in relationships, I guess, or, where are people, And when I go to this, social hibernate, these, weird areas, bars, I'd never really go there. I was just people will try to get me as drunk as humanly possible. Are they trying to get me killed? It feels like they want to, because I'm such a sore thumb, and where I grow up, people just stare at me. Why is he here? I've gotten blocked more times than I've actually in general had invitations. I've gotten more blocks than genuine invitations to things. And I was just shilling with people on Discords and holy crap, They'll dig out something that you said wrongfully, and then you'll just that's it, you're gone, They want to fish out something so they could stop talking to you, and that's the weird thing. And yeah, it's and I would get people that literally just post on Discord videos of me with hanging out with them, because they're going to delete them off their PCs and phones, and here's some videos, and they're all in this low Discord chat resolution. Holy crap, is that's the only existing footage of me. It's and they stopped talking to me completely. Fuck you, honestly. Because I really am the guy that super serve media and social shit, but people just delete anything if it just then generate the money. You know, it's like people will burn. Like for me, it's like physically watching someone burn a film roll. You know, a film reel. It's that fucking painful. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Like if it's to the point where like people will just like literally delete anything, um, with like video or footage or pictures of you, you know you're generally shopped. You know, like it doesn't like I've seen like these like sub 5 dudes. I've talked to like people that I've been hanging out with, and like I've gotten talking to their family members, and like their brothers are like it's all about social language. It's all about how socially well maneuvered you are and what how you talk to people. No, you know, it literally doesn't. You know, it doesn't matter how well you can talk to people and stuff. Like I've actually been there, but like it's to a point where these people will give you that weird side eye when you're in like closed rooms and like tell you to fuck off. Like I've had that actually happen to me, you know, and when that happens, it's over, you know. Because like you can keep talking, or you can keep just like go like removing yourself from the conversation, because that's how close you're going to get from these sort of situations. Honestly. I did art. I used to do art. I only draw like a small sketches, whatever now. Because when you draw and shit, you get in constant trouble nowadays. Like you can only draw animals and this like weird shit. But if you draw anything that is even culturally or groundbreaking, be expected to get like in trouble with HR immediately. You can't draw shit when you're sub 5. You can't draw anything, you know. Anything that isn't safe is like automatically just like fucking, you know, start burning your sketches, you know, sketchbook. Because like you can never show people in general what you're actually doing. Um, like I've gotten in trouble for my sketches, like actually in general, like insanely bad trouble for it, you know. Well, Shad, I saw like someone actually draw the exact same fucking thing. The guy was like in general like Shad Light, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's so super cool." And I actually did some like I think I gave him some of my drawings to like practice or whatever, because like they was exactly like lines like, what the fuck? This is the exact same drawing. How does he get like comments and literal fucking like people are actually like inspired by him when I drew the exact same shit? Everybody just looked weird at me and told me to fuck off, you know. I'm like, holy crap, you know. Like, how is that even possible? That's like the insane halo effect. That's the weirdest halo effect. Like art students, they're a low key shop drawing the exact same drawing and getting in trouble for it. But with Shad, they get told that it's an inspiration. Like, holy fuck, you know. That made me quit art, you know, immediately. Because it literally just matters if you have, like, money, high social status, good looks. You could draw whatever. People will still, like, fucking flick their bean or, you know, just, like, literally, like, admire it. Like, what the fuck? You know? When you were, like you could have like you have a social experiment, but like you will never talk to this dude. Like you get like your local Shad Light and switch clothings if they're like the same height, you know, or body type for like a week, and you can see like, holy crap, you know. Because like I've actually bought the same clothing as like actual genuine Shad Lights, and sometimes in my local area, and I've gotten zero fucking compliments. You know, and like cause I usually like have pictures, or you sometimes you get like these fucking pictures on Snapchat, and you can just do this Google image search, and you'll literally just find exact product, and I just like instantly bought it. Same with shampoos and stuff, like they don't give a fuck, you know. Went to my local Shad Light, 6'7", bought the same shampoo, shower gel, fucking scrub, everything. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody. It was that L'Oreal Hydra Energy or whatever the fuck, the orange one. Nobody gave a shit. Try the yellow one. Nobody told, like, everyone told me that I was a fucking poser. Not really, but they just had, like, they didn't even comment. Like, what? Low key, what the fuck? You can stare at people and think people will think you're going to, like, be actually, like, have malicious intent. Like, I literally have to avoid eye contact and just do my own shit. But, like, I'll probably never play in a venue whatsoever, because you have to be, like, the weird thing with music is that you keep seeing these people who just, like, back in the day you could be a beginner and start fresh in these venues where these, like, local legends play, because now they're actually opening for these, like, young Gen Zers to actually fucking play live, because they would, like, gatekeep them and the prices would have been insane. Now they're reducing the price and making young people actually play again live. Like, what the fuck happened in the 2010s? Like, where the fuck did those people go? Because they couldn't be playing. I don't know. But, like, you have to fucking be playing on all four fingers. You have to be at, like, even not in the beginner phase. You have to be, like, at almost, like, high cost, like, practice. You have to have, like, insane, like, game, like, try hard levels of playing, and that's your first gig. There's, like, no room for any mistakes. There's no room for any beginnings. You have to be, like, good, like, YouTube video level good, and no mistakes. You have to play a whole 3-hour set list while people are talking in the bar and really don't give a fuck. Like, what the fuck, Where's, like, the mistakes? Where's the cool shit, Where's the people smashing guitars, and, like, genuine Fenders and shit? Where's the people who actually, did do that nowadays, Because there is just, like, even the shoegaze players, you don't, their live sound doesn't, like, it sounds the same shit on the record, There is no, like, signature live sound. There is no contracts with any of these, like, guitar manufacturers. They just ghost anybody that's even under the age of 35. I'm not even joking. Unless they're, like, shed light or have, like, they live in, like, a close metropolitan place, I guess. Because I'm in that headspace. If you don't have actual genuinely contracts with, like, genuine contracts with, like, the manufacturer or whatever, that you actually, like, you get, like, you get gear from them at a discount price or whatever, because you're, like, actually showing off, like, on a high quality 4K video, and, like, here's Alex from Death Skulls or what, like, stuff like that. That doesn't happen anymore. It's all the same fucking people, or people that you've never heard of, who somehow just, like, got there at random, like, how the fuck do these people get screen time when, like, the people that you see on the venue every day, they don't get a single, like, promotion or whatever, I think there must be, like, rich people from, like, rich kids that are, like, that just pays themselves to get into these promotions, because, like, how the fuck, like, I've never seen them. I saw them at 2 gigs and now they're already getting commercials, What? Well, these guys have played for 30 gigs, released 3 studio albums, not a single fucking commercial or sponsor, What? And they haven't even been controversial, They haven't said anything bad about anything. And sometimes the bad people who say anything bad about, a controversial person will get in more trouble than, whoever did, said the exact same sentence at the exact same timing. Doesn't matter, There was this, like, weird podcast era, this weird podcast where, like, people were, like, talking into my, like, this is technically a podcast too, but, like, I don't like to associate. I usually had, like, car talks. I used to always, like, put my voice recorder on, in case I get into an accident or whatever. But it always is like the times where I don't record myself where I get into the worst fucking incidents. Always. Like, so I, for convenience sake, I just put on a voice recorder and just put it on like every time I set into my car. And well, I can't really play my favorite songs or whatever. I just keep it on, in case I forget something, or like usually it happens at random where I just get like a really cool thing, thoughts or whatever. And I did like that since like early 2023 when I got like that weird feeling in community college or like school. Like these people are not your friends. They're like, I realized they're all hanging together on Discord chats. They're all hanging at the same Discord chats. They're playing video games together, and they're only like, when I realized they were all snapping together on their same Snapchat group, I was like almost about to fucking rage. I was almost about to go, like fucking ape shit. Like yell at them because like holy crap, I am probably one or two out of fucking 30 people in my classroom that they have like genuine contact with. I'm the weird autist that's just becomes cut off, treated like a subhuman, treated like an actual genuine like disabled person, and just not given a fucking like a fuck you. Like I don't want special treatment. I just want to be treated like I know I can't, but like it just sucks. I tried going blue collar jobs, but I always get like really bad like I hate the chemicals that I work with. Like the chemicals, the problem, is that you don't know what you're like inhaling and shit, because you usually work with like materials, or you work with something to get something better, or you have a shipment and it always like something shit that starts leaking, and you get scared as shit. You don't like all the hazard signs and all this shit. It's there for a reason. And I've had that before, but nothing seems to be, going bad. And, it's usually just me overthinking and shit. But, like, either you can go full blue collar job. Like, I'm in the area, if you're not going full blue collar, you can fuck off, because you're, like, never going to be invited to anything. And even like when you're not going blue collar, it's like, why are you even, there? Because I've seen like sub fives go into blue collar. They usually might, get into like into these social occasions, but usually it just like goes really weird. This weird vibe, but like, where are people going? Just like you can be at the same place and nothing will happen. And like it's cool to have a job where you just like you won't really get fired unless you actually get like canceled or whatever. But like is this where my life ends? Like I can go to any continent at any place, but I'll still be just like, there won't be a career. But some dude I knew back in school has a career like instantly. Like this guy out of all people gets. And this weird thing is like I blew up on their internet sort of weirdly enough on these like alternative accounts, because I don't like to fucking. Like I made a bunch of alternative accounts, and I blew up on some of them because like I have like funny ideas, but I can't have it on the same account because it just doesn't relate to what I do. And like I got like 300K, sometimes like fucking 500K, and just life keeps going on, or it's like there's just like there's just like nothing that changes, and people will like actually genuinely block me because I actually got more views, because they like, who the fuck is this weirdo, and they just like block me because you can see it that you block that they fucking like they ghosted you. because like I've been like going on these other sites and I found out like these people and as soon as I add them they just disappear, you know, and that's been like the case. Like how the fuck do I keep getting ghosted, you know, by adding them? It's like you're weird. Like they've said the same three things: Patrick Bateman vibes, incel vibes, and square. Those are the same three fucking things, you know, and you know, or you look older than you're supposed to be. I'm 21, but I look like I'm 39, you know, because like of the weird facial shape, I don't know, genetics. I look like I'm supposed to be like in like the 80s, you know. I just had that weird phenotype, like that Diana phenotype. That weird, like you just like look like you grew up on mashed potatoes, and you know, like you have that weird like vibe. You're not supposed to actually be outside this place. I think like the worst thing they can tell me is that I look like a redneck, because like, dude, I don't even use the dialect or the accent I come from here. I don't even use my accent. I don't even have one. You know, I grew up in the fucking standardized version of where I come from, because like, you know, and still I still fucking fail. And you know, I've had the same excuse, like just put yourself out there. Nobody's gonna talk to you unless you actually like push your content, or you know, invite people yourself. But like, how do you invite people that are just blocking you or will say no anyways? You know, and like that's the weird thing. Like about like, and they stopped talking to me. You know, like I guess that there's just like no way out of it. You know, there's no realistic way out, you know? Like what the fuck where do I go from here, you know? Where do we go from here? I don't know. This generation, this decade was just been insanely disappointing. I was like, no, it's actually just you that been disappointing. It's actually what you make out of the decade. That's the same gym cell vibe, but like as a collective decade where everyone's together, and as a group of like young people with Zillennials and fucking Gen Zers. This whole decade has been just a disappointing mess, where like people really are just like surveillance, you know, stating them like being surveilling themselves to death. So you know, you're not allowed to be sensitive. You're not allowed to really be yourself as like you are, you know, behind the scenes. But that's actually what people want. But like everyone has this weird stage presence, or this weird social stage, you know. But like you just can't be yourself anymore, you know. And that's like what really makes money, is just you being genuine, you know. And people just like, have you ever seen a Zillennial try to be fucking genuine? Like sometimes, yeah, but that's rare. Like somehow they like being treated like you're supposed to be the strong, silent type. You know, I was like, what? Do they genuinely believe that? Like, and they're still like, the weird fucking thing is like, they have that weird like hybrid macho thing where they're like, they want to dress up like fucking dudes from the 80s, but not have those awkward fucking like glasses. Some of them have those steel frame Dahmer glasses that Jeffrey Dahmer wants. Those actually look cool. I've been actually looking into those too, because I look like him. Might as well go all in, I guess. Like, because like those glasses are actually really cool, you know. But I had those like stupid fucking Lenin glasses, because like you had that late 90s Lenin face, but it's today and nobody wants to talk to you. So you know, I just stopped fucking wearing them, you know. I only wear them when I'm driving and, you know, outside, I guess. But yeah, and the people now, the Zillennials and some even Gen Zers, holy crap, that sweater, shirt, flannel shirt, sweater. Oh god, and the fucking pencil mustache, because they can't grow it out, or they have that weird mustache with the creases. and that short either wolf cut or that short pilot haircut. Oh my god, I want to rip my eyes out. And they have the tortoise shell glasses. It's always like that Patrick Bateman tortoise shell glasses. Like it works only on some people with like a strong jawline. Sometimes it actually works, but the tortoiseshell glasses have been so overused. It's only like I really like only tortoiseshell glasses if you actually wear like a three-piece suit, or like a business suit, or like a shirt. You can wear them, but like I feel like people need to wear like steel frame, or like begin wearing landing glasses or like Dharma glasses, because like it's just the same stuff, you know. Nobody wants to step outside or really be that alternative or think outside the box, you know. Every dude I've seen like grow out their hair back in 2024, they all cut it short now, and they went all into that sort of mustache build. Oh my fucking god! I'll fucking wax my mustache off. I'll never ever grow out hair, facial hair. Ugh. Like maybe Lincoln, maybe, or like sideburns, but like nobody had. Like, where's those weird, edgy, like, short hair, like, gamer haircuts? Like, as soon as people get, like, these weird cheeks round, everyone starts wearing those stupid mustaches, you know? But, like, yeah, people used to have this spiky haircut with, like, the Lincoln, or, like, or, like, you see people wear, like, literally go with Hatfield. Like, the Hatfield haircut and the goat's beard and the literal same glasses, too. I like those people who wear like those reading glasses. I guess like those clear glasses with like the weird black stripe. I guess that's weird. You know, alternative, like everyone's looking the same. Nobody really wants to step out. And when I wear something, people just tell me just wear different pants. Wear something that fits you. Wear something that makes you look, you know, standardized, you know. And you know, like they're told to be yourself, and now it's be someone on a magazine, be someone that everyone else looks like, start drinking, do everything. Like, what the fuck, you know, just leave me alone. I don't know how I even keep myself company, you know. That's the weird thing. My cats are dead and stuff, you know. I miss my cats. But I guess I just have to do gardening and all this stuff, you know, and just do that. Because I don't even play that much video games anymore after post-hearing loss. I just don't fucking play because it's not immersive anymore. That's why I quit, because like literally after that one fucking time, it's just never been immersive. And it was like actually relaxing to like hop on video games after a long shift of work. But like almost every dude I've fucking met that are Gen Zers or millennials, they all have like they all like if you get them to like open up a little bit, they all almost like fucking 60% of them have like hearing loss, and someone just they don't want to talk about it, you know. Like I've stopped wearing noise cancelling headphones and all that because like the difference in my ear from the other is just crazy, you know. Like what the fuck, nobody wants to talk about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My voice is annoying. You should never talk. You should never. Like, my voice, what the fuck, is not deep enough. Fuck off. Like, leave me alone. That's it. I'll probably come back in August.